graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Alrighty, good evening, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic night. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for all the Phillies, all the Sixers, and all the Eagles games as well. We also do this really cool thing called MLB Diamondzone. And we hope that you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. We got some baseball going on. 3 games, or I should say 4 games going on at the same time. 3 of them were in delays, and so that's why we have a little bit of some late action. So the Mets currently taking on the Atlanta Braves. The Braves will load the bases in the top of the 4th inning against the New York Mets. We also have the Dodgers and the Angels taking on each other in the bottom of the first. About 4 minutes or so, that game will also start. Mariners are playing the Orioles. That game was in the rain delay, too. It's 3-1 Baltimore over there in the bottom of the 7th. Yankees and Twins, they are tied 1-1 as they are in the bottom of the 4th inning. So a lot of action going on, and we hope that you guys enjoy. And our first stop will be to New York, and we will see what's going on between the Mets and also the Braves. All right. So bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Mets put up 6 runs. They've put up 6 runs so far. We also, we're going to refresh this page. Apologize about that. So let's do that now. Where is it? There it is. Okay. All righty. So here we go. Nick Allen is up at the plate for the Atlanta Braves. And the count is 0-1 to Nick Allen. How's everybody doing tonight? Let us know down below. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. Blue Jays need us to win, says Seth. Twins, Vikings, Timberwolves. What's going on, dude? How are you? We'll be sure to check up on that Minnesota game for sure. 6-0 Mets. No balls, 2 strikes to Nick Allen for the Atlanta Braves. So we got some late games. 3 of them were delayed. 0-2 pitch, and that's high for a ball. So the count is 1-2. The Orioles did just take the lead, and they lead it 3-1 over there. Top of the 4th here. David Peterson pitching for the New York Mets. It's a 6-0 game with the bases juiced. The 1-2 to Allen. It's a foul ball. We'll check up on the Baltimore Orioles very quickly right now. There's a ground out that's hit over towards third base. And actually, it's a ground ball, and it's an infield single. So Jordan Westburg just got on. Back to the 1-2 pitch to Nick Allen. Here we go. And another foul ball. Twins and Yankees are going to the top of the 5th inning, and they are tied 1-1. So Allen is up for the Atlanta Braves, as we have 2 games currently in a break. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, it's high for ball 2. And so that makes the count now 2-2. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic night. Yes. Is it me or is the stream cutting out? It must just be you. Try to exit out of the app. 2-2 pitch and another foul ball from Nick Allen. The Dodgers, they currently lead it 3-0. Kyle Hendricks is pitching. The Dodgers, how did they get all three of their runs? Betts had a 2-run or an RBI single, and Smith hit a 2-run homer. Peterson gets set and deals, and the pitch is down for ball 3. Again, the Mets were able to put up 6 runs. And all of a sudden, the Braves are threatening. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Nick Allen. Gunnar Henderson is also up for the Baltimore Orioles. Back to Allen's at-bat. The 3-2 pitch, outside for ball 4, and the Braves get their first run across home plate. All righty, Shohei Ohtani is coming up for the Dodgers. Gunnar Henderson is also up for the Baltimore Orioles, so we have a little bit of some action going on. Ohtani did just foul a pitch off. We'll be sure to go back over to New York, but there's a timeout taken on the field. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gunnar Henderson. The Orioles did just take the lead. There was a big error out in right field by the right fielder for the Seattle Mariners. That's a Canzone. Couldn't catch a foul ball, popped out of the glove. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gunnar Henderson. The Rays and A's just got started too. Here's the 1-2 to Gunnar. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. And so Baltimore goes to the top of the 8th inning, and they lead it by 2. The at-bat of Jurickson Profar about ready to start for the Atlanta Braves. Back to Ohtani's at-bat really quickly, though. He just struck out for the Dodgers. So Kyle Hendricks strikes out Shohei Ohtani. And there's an out there. Pitch to Profar, line drive, base hit down the left field line. Everybody's being waved home. This could clear the bases. There's 1 run. There's 2 runs. The 3rd runner is coming home too. It's a bases clearing double for Jurickson Profar. And the Braves are back in business. Jurickson Profar with a big 3-run double down the left field line. That's huge. And it just stayed fair. So the tying run is coming up to the plate. Mookie Betts for the Dodgers just lined out over to 3rd. We'll check up on the Yankees in a little bit, but all eyes on this Braves-Mets game. It was a 6-0 game, and the Braves have put up 4 runs in the top of the 4th. And so Matt Olson is now up at the plate. The 1-0 to Olson, and it's a foul ball. So the count is 1-1. The stream is good. Nice. We'll check up on the Twins in a little bit. If there's a Diamond Zone alert, which obviously means if there's a base runner on, we'll let you know. Just not a lot of action going on in that game. All the drama is in Queens right now. 6-4, top of the 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves are still threatening to score. Olsen is in the box. An RBI walk and then a bases clearing double is how the Braves got all 4 of their runs in this inning. The 1-1 pitch, and that is taken for strike 2. All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matt Olson. Peterson in a pickle, and the 1-2 is down and away for ball 2. The Rays are also threatening early on. They have a runner on at second base. Brandon Lau is up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. to Matt Olson. The 2-2 pitch. It's inside, and the count is now 3-0. 3-2. Excuse me. Peterson with another payoff pitch coming up. And here it comes to Olson. Inside for ball 4. And Matt Olson is now over at first base. Twins have Alan Roden up at the plate with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Now the Mariners have the tying run up, and Ends just got a strikeout. That was Dom Moore who struck out. So we'll do a little doubleheader going back and forth between the O's Mariners game and the Mets Braves game. But before the Mets and Braves come back, they're actually going to a break. So Randy Arozarena is coming up, and we'll focus on that at bat. The Twins do have a runner on over at first. And Lee is due up. What is up, Chad? How is everybody doing? Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. 1 ball, no strikes, and the 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. Arozarena, he struck out in the 3rd, flied out in the 6th, and is 0 for 3. He grounded out in the 1st. The 2-0 pitch from Ends, and that's in there for a strike. Mariners, this is a big game for them. They're looking to try to stay involved in that AL West. The pitch, and now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Here comes the next pitch. This one is flied out over towards center field, and the center fielder for the Baltimore Orioles is there to make the grab. And there is out number 2. Out in center field was Johnson. Rays have a runner on at 3rd. The batter just struck out, and so there's 2 away. Ohtani is pitching for the Dodgers, by the way. He just struck out Taylor Ward, I believe. Scratch that. It's a 2-1 count. Ward sends a fly ball. This one's hit out to deep right field, and it's going to bounce off the top of the wall. And so Ward is going to be rewarded with a home run. That's ruled a homer. And so Ohtani gives it up. That hit the board out there, and that's considered to be a home run. Wow. Reed Garrett is going to pitch for the New York Mets as Marcell Ozuna is up at the plate. That was awkward. Let's see, where did it bounce? Couldn't really see where it bounced. I guess it hit the rail. It did. It hit the rail. Couldn't really get an angle for that. But it's a 3-1 game. It's 3 balls, no strikes to Marcell Ozuna. Braves were down 6-0 going into the top of the 4th. The 3-0 pitch to Ozuna, and there's a called strike. Ozuna in the box. The 3-1 to Marcell, swing and a miss. He swung at ball 4. Mariners can't get anything home, and so they will go to the bottom of the 8th inning out in Baltimore, trailing by a score of 3-1. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Marcell Ozuna. This Braves-Mets game is wild. Reed Garrett pitching. And time is called. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ozuna. And the 3-2 to Ozuna. Fly ball. This one's hit out over towards left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Another run's going to score for Atlanta. And so it's now a 6-5 ball game. An RBI single by Marcell Ozuna. And the tying run is now at third base. What a comeback. Still haven't completed it yet. But the Braves have batted around against the New York Mets. The Rays did just get a run and lead it 1-0 in the top of the first with 2 outs. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Junior Caminero. Also have the Angels threatening to score in the bottom of the second inning. But we're going back over to Queens to check up on the Braves again. First pitch to Ozzie Albies, and he takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Ozzie Albies. Here's the 0-1 to Ozzie, swing and a miss. And the count is now 0-2. Hit that thumbs up button, folks, and make sure that you guys hit the subscribe button as well. No balls, 2 strikes. Albies 0 for 2 tonight. The 0-2 pitch to Ozzie, and he grounds a foul. Rays are going to get home another run. Junior Caminero got on with an RBI double, and he now makes it 2-0 Tampa Bay. 2-0 Rays in the top of the first inning out in Sacramento. The 0-2 to Albies. It's outside for a ball. The Orioles are back on. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. And once Seattle comes up, we'll let you know. One, 2, and a called strike 3. That was outside. And so there's out number 2. Albies not agreeing with the call. And that was certainly outside. Now we do have an update for the Angels game. It was an RBI sacrifice fly. Rengifo is now up. Rengifo did get the sac fly, that is. And up next is Logan O'Hoppe. So a big second out for the Atlanta Braves. Or for the Mets, that is. Here's Sean Murphy, and the pitch is inside for ball 1. Yankees and Twins, they're in the bottom of the 5th. Murphy 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Here's the 1-0 on the way. That is on the inside corner for a called strike. If you guys love Diamond Zone, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We're calling 5 games at once for the most part. 1-1. That is down and away for ball 2. To Sean Murphy. Ryan Mountcastle is up for the Baltimore Orioles. And the count is tied up at 1 apiece. Two balls, 1 strike. That's to Sean Murphy. 2-1. It's outside for ball 3. Mountcastle for the Orioles did just fly out to deep right field. And there's 2 away in the bottom of the 8th in Baltimore. The 3-1 pitch to Murphy, down and away for ball 4. And so, bases are reloaded for Atlanta. Just an update on the Yankees right now. It's Austin Wells who's up at the plate. The count is 0-2 to him. That game is still pretty early on. It's in the bottom of the fifth. It's not pretty early, but it's in the middle of the action there. The Rays just got another run and now lead it 3-0. They've been scoring pretty early on. 6-5 here in the top of the fourth. Bases loaded. Reed Garrett facing Michael Harris the second, and Harris takes a called strike. No balls, 1 strike to Michael Harris. And the 0-1 pitch is down for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Dodgers and Angels are back on. That's in the third inning. 1-1 is the count to Michael Harris the second, who's 1 for 2. The 1-1 pitch to Harris, and there's a fly ball. This one's hit out to center field. It's going back over towards the track, and it is going to be hit off the top of the wall. The Braves are going to take the lead, and it's ruled as a grand slam. It hit the top of the red line, and the Atlanta Braves, they get a grand slam to go up 9-6. I was curious to see if there was going to be ruled as a grand slam, but the ball was in play. It did hit that wall, and 9 runs scored in the top of the fourth by the Atlanta Braves. 9 runs. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. The Mets are crumbling, and Harris gets a grand slam. That is crazy. A 6-0 lead, and the Braves have scored 9 runs in the fourth inning. That is unbelievable. Meanwhile, the Rays, with 2 outs and 2 runners on, still have not gotten out of the first inning. Let's go there really quickly. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Oh, boy. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eli White. Michael Harris with a grand slam that just went out over to center field. He has a Spider-Man bandana on. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eli White. And here's the 2-2, swing and a miss, and the inning is over. All right. The Rays did just get another run. Ha-Seong Kim just got on with an RBI single, and it's a 4-run first inning for Tampa Bay. 4 runs. Now the Mariners, here they go to the top of the 9th inning. We're going to go there now. Julio Rodriguez will lead it off. And all eyes on J-Rod. Yenier Cano's pitching. The first pitch to Rodriguez. Line drive, base hit up the middle, and the tying run is coming up to the plate. Cal Rowley's coming up. If you have Cal Rowley in fantasy, gotta tell you what, it's a big at-bat coming up for him. It's actually Eugenio Suarez that's up. First pitch to Suarez, and he takes it inside for ball 1. Yenier Cano on the mound, trying to close it out against the Seattle Mariners. Rowley batted before Rodriguez. He's 0 for 4. Usually he bats after Rodriguez. It's weird. 1 ball, 1 strike to Eugenio Suarez. It was the tying run. The 1-1 pitch to Suarez, and that is bounced foul. There's an injury in the Rays game. Uh-oh. What happened there? Oh, a hit by pitch to Ha-Seong Kim. The 1-2 to Suarez, outside for ball 2. Yankees and Twins are still tied 1-1. They're in the top of the 6th. Big 2-2 pitch coming up here. And the pitch is low for ball 3. And the count is now full to Suarez. Yenier Cano with a 5.18 ERA. Has 16 holds. 3-2 pitch, and that is taken inside for ball 4. And the tying run is now at first base for Seattle. So a rally going on over there in Baltimore at Camden Yards. And Josh Naylor is coming up. Juan Soto is batting for the Mets as they go to the bottom of the 4th. George! So we'll go back and forth between Naylor's at-bat and Soto's at-bat. It's 1-2 to Juan Soto. 1-2, and he just got caught looking at a called strike 3. So Soto is down on strikes. 1 ball, no strikes to Josh Naylor in the top of the 9th inning. Luke Kershaw is up for the Twins. There's a runner on at first against the Yankees. 1-0 pitch to Naylor. It's outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to Josh Naylor. And no throw made over bat to second. Disengagement, though. Byron Buxton is up. Or Buxton's over at first base for the Twins. 2-0, here's a double steal. The throw over to third, not in time. The pitch was in there for a called strike, and the tying run is in scoring position for Seattle. And there's still nobody out in the 9th inning. They just performed a double steal. And so Rodriguez able to swipe third base, kept his hand on the bag. The Twins have now runners on at first and second. The 2-1 pitch, this one's grounded over towards the right side. This will get a run home. It's now a 1-run ball game as Josh Naylor gets an RBI ground out. And so the Seattle Mariners down by 1 run, and the tying run is now 90 feet away from scoring. And the Twins have something brewing in the kitchen. We'll go there next. Timeout taken. De Los Santos pitching for the New York Yankees. The Twins are knocking on the door. And Cody Clemens is up for the Minnesota Twins. Here's the 1-0 to Cody. Swing and a miss. He really wanted to try to swing for the fences there. 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, the Rays and the A's are going to the bottom of the 1st inning. Back to the Twins game very quickly. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that is swung on and missed. The O's are in a timeout right now. It's a 3-2 game. One ball, 2 strikes to Cody Clemens. And the pitch on the way is fouled off. in the Mets game, Pete Alonso is up, and he's down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 is going to hit Alonso just on the foot. The 1-2 to Cody Clemens, and that's down and away for ball 2. A lot of action going on. We got 5 games going on at the same time. 3 of them were delayed and didn't get started until like 8:45, 8:55. The 2-2 to Clemens. It's down and in for ball 3. And so the count is now full. Orioles and Mariners have drama. It was a 3-1 game in the 9th inning. And now it's a 3-2 game. Keegan Aiken is ready to come on in the pitch. We'll make sure that we go back there. It's 3-2, though, to former Philly Cody Clemens for the Twins. The payoff pitch is a foul ball. We're going to go back to Baltimore very quickly. The pitch on the way. This one's flied out to center field. This should be deep enough to score the runner from third. The catch is made. The throw to the plate. It's not in time. The Mariners tie it up 3-3 in the 9th inning. Clemens rips this one out to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The Twins are going to take the lead as Cody Clemens comes through. The runner from third is going on home. Clemens thinking 3. He is safe at third base. Double kill. The Twins go up 3-1 against the Yankees. And the Mariners tie it up in the 9th against the O's. Crazy. Mariners and O's are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Orioles are going to try to walk it off. Wild stuff. Now the Mets are making it interesting. There's 2 runners on in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. All right, so the Twins, I believe that the Yankees are going to make a pitching change, right? Starling Marte is coming up for the New York Mets. They had a 6-0 lead, the Mets, in the top of the 4th inning, and the Braves scored all 9 of their runs in the 4th. I kid you not. Mets looking to try to tie it back. Aaron Bummer's pitching. What's going on, Osama? What's going on, James? Scott and Beans are in the house. Let's go. Let's go, Scott. What's going on, dude? I'm ready for this. This is the only game that's not in a break right now. Marte takes the first pitch down and in for a ball. And so it's 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 is the count to Starling Marte, who's 0 for 1. Alonso leads off at second. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. McNeil's over at first. Alonso's at second. The tying run is up. And the 1-1 is way inside for ball 2. So it's a 2-1 count. 41 pitches for Aaron Bummer, and some action going on in the Braves bullpen. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch that was inside and low. The Twins are back on. Mark Leiter Jr. is pitching. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 to Marte is down in the dirt for ball 3. We'll keep you updated on Ryan Jeffers. The Orioles are also back on for the bottom of the 9th inning over there. Back to the Mets game very quickly. Marte in the box. The payoff pitch. Whoop, we're going to have to wait. As Alonso was leading off at second, they were about ready to disengage. Three balls, two strikes to Starling Marte. The payoff pitch, line drive, base hit out to right field. The Mets are going to get another run home, I believe. The throw to the plate. Oh, they do not. Alonso is out at the plate. Wow. Pete Alonso just got gunned out at home plate. And there is out number 3. Alonso tried to be aggressive, and he could not get his left hand in there. He was ruled out. Murphy picked it up. And did he swipe him? I think he just got him on the left arm. All right. So let's go to the Orioles game. I thought he was going to score, but he just did not get a good jump. 1 ball, no strikes to Jeremiah Jackson in the bottom of the 9th out in Baltimore. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a bad call on my end. I apologize. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Jackson inside for ball 2. Twins still have the runner on at third. There's 2 away. And Royce Lewis is up. The pitch. Ground ball hit over towards third base by Jackson. The throw over to first. It's in time. And so there's 2 away in the bottom of the 9th inning out in Baltimore. Dodgers and Angels, they're still going on. It's a 3-2 game. Count is 3-0 to Freeland. We go back to Baltimore very quickly, though. 1 ball, no strikes in the bottom of the 9th inning. Dodgers are threatening to score. The 1-0 pitch is down for ball 2. Dylan Carlson up at the plate for the Baltimore Orioles. If you guys love Diamond Zone, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button too. Lewis just sends this one out to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The Twins are going to get another run home. And so it's an RBI double by Rodin for Minnesota. The 2-1 pitch, and that's in there for strike 2. So Minnesota just adds on to their lead against the Yankees, and it's a 4-1 game at a Yankee Stadium. 2-2 pitch to Carlson, and that is inside for ball 3. So it's a 3-2 count. The payoff pitch, line drive, base hit out to right field, and the winning run is over at first for Baltimore. So Dylan Carlson does get on base. Just to try to make things even more interesting, Miguel Rojas is up at the plate for the Dodgers. The count is 0-2 to him. Dodgers trying to add on to their lead. The Yankees finally got out of the 6th, and they're going to the bottom of the 6th there. So the eyes now go on the Dodgers, and then Jackson Holliday's at bat for the Baltimore Orioles. Rojas just took the pitch outside for ball 2 in the Dodgers game. No balls, 1 strike to Jackson Holliday for Baltimore. Here's the 0-1. It's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson Holiday, and the 1-1 is outside for ball 2. We have another update. Brandon Lau just hit a 2-run homer for the Tampa Bay Rays, and they now lead it 6-0. The Rays are just pouring it on against the A's early in the game. Holiday's going to line this one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. He's going over to second base, rounding third, and coming in to score. And winning the ball game is Mountcastle. 4-3 win for Baltimore. Carlson's the one that scores all the way from first base, and the Orioles walk it off. A 4-3 win for Baltimore. So the game is over. How about the Orioles? They did not do a good job holding on to that lead in the top of the 9th, but Jackson Holiday delivered in the bottom of the 9th and won the game for Baltimore. We're going to go to Shohei Ohtani, who tripled and scored a run. He is now up at the plate for the Dodgers. Great. 3 balls, 1 strike to Ohtani. The 3-1 pitch is in there for strike 2 to Shohei. Judge is also up for the Yankees in the bottom of the 6th inning. Judge just popped up over towards the first base side, and the catch is made for out number 1. 3-2 to Ohtani. It's up high for ball 4, and so bases are loaded for the Dodgers. Update on the Mets really quickly. They're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Angels now are taking the timeouts. With that, we're going to go over to the Yankees game very quickly while we can. It's Cody Bellinger who's up at the plate. Ryan pitching. Joe Ryan, that is. Count is 1-1. Angels are going to make a pitching change. Zeferjan is going to come on in to pitch. 1-1 pitch to Cody Bellinger. And that is outside for ball 2. Devin Williams getting warmed up in the Yankees bullpen. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cody Bellinger. And the 2-1 is down for ball 3. A lot of baseball going on. A lot of late game baseball because of the rain delays in 3 games. 3-1 to Belly. Outside for ball 4. And Cody Bellinger is on base. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you guys turn on the notification bell icons too. We will be sure to catch you up with that Rays game. We're actually going to do that right now, as there's only 1 game currently being played. So the Rays, they've put up 6 runs so far in their ball game. It's been quite crazy, if you ask me. Tampa Bay up 6-0, and they got 3 runs in the first inning and got 3 runs in the second. A big 2-run shot by Brandon Lau. Josh Lowe hit a ground rule RBI double. Junior Caminero had an RBI double. Mangum had an RBI single, and then he scored on a wild pitch, or a throwing error from Langeliers, that is. And then Lowe hit a 2-run home run. Here's Giancarlo Stanton, and the 0-1 is taken down for a ball. Zeferjan is going to pitch to Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. The 1-1, though, to Stanton, swing and a miss. Dodgers trying to add on to their lead. 1 out, bases loaded. Top of the 4th, 1 away. The pitch to Bellinger, or to Betts, that is, and that's on the outside corner. In the Yankees game, Stanton did just strike out, looking on a pitch on the outside edge, and there's 2 gone. The pitch to Betts, foul ball. He's down in the count 0-2. Ben Rice is currently up at the plate for the Yankees. He just took ball 1. 0-2 to Mookie Betts. Line drive, base it out to right field. This will at least get 1 run home. Smith will score. And so it's now a 4-2 ball game as the Dodgers add on another run. The Yankees not able to come up with anything, as Ben Rice did just ground out to first. 4-2 LA, though, out in Anaheim. Bases still loaded for the Dodgers, and Freddie Freeman is now coming up to the plate. Freeman swings and misses at a pitch that was at the knees. He is down in the count 0-1. Dilated Entertainment is here. We got some great baseball tonight. 0-1 pitch. That is up high and outside for a ball. If you can believe it, the Braves were down 6-0 and scored all 9 of their runs in the 4th inning. Kid you not. Michael Harris had a big go-ahead grand slam that just cleared the fence out in New York. 1-2 is the count of Freddie Freeman. If the Dodgers lose tonight, the Padres would then be winning the NL West. 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss, and Freddie Freeman is down on strikes. And there is out number 2. What's up, Dilated? Thank you so much for being on here. Will Smith is coming up to the plate. Let's go. Just woke up. Looks like I didn't miss much. Larry, again. The Mets were up 6-0. I kid you not. And the Braves put up 9 runs in the 4th. Not even joking. The pitch. There's a foul ball to Will Smith. No balls, 1 strike. To Will Smith with the bases loaded. 4 games going on now. The Mariners made it interesting. 0-1, and that is outside and low for a ball. The Mariners were down 3-1 in the 9th inning. They tied it up against the Orioles. And then the Orioles walked it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. They put up 9 runs against 1 pitcher. David Peterson was pitching, and they pretty much put up all 9 runs against him. Well, 8 runs, because the other run was considered to be an earned run to the reliever, Ronnie Stanek. The 2-1 pitch to Smith, and that's inside for ball 3. Peterson actually allowed 6 earned runs, and then Garrett allowed 3. But the bases, so bases became loaded, and he was charged with the runner at first and the runner at the plate, who was, whatchamacallit. 3-1, and that's outside and low for ball 4. The Dodgers get themselves another run. And it's now a 5-2 ball game out in Anaheim. Braves and Mets are back on. It's a 1-0 count in the bottom of the 5th with 1 away. And Francisco Alvarez is up. But we're going back to the Dodgers game because the Dodgers still threatening here. The pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. It's outside for a ball. The Rays are up 6-0. That game's in the bottom of the second. The Yankees are down 4-1. That's in the top of the seventh. The 1-0 to Teoscar, and that's inside for ball 2. And then the Braves are up 9-6. Time is called in the Dodgers-Angels game. Phil's manager left Luzardo to give up 12 runs. Yep, I remember that specifically. Let's go to Beatty's at bat real quick. Brett Beatty just took ball 1. That was inside. 1-0 to Brett. Swing and a miss. And so the count is 1-1 to Beatty. Hit that thumbs up button, people. And subscribe to the channel as well. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And the Mets have yet another base runner over at first base. Let's go back to the Dodgers game really quickly. Teoscar just swung on and missed at a pitch that was on the inside corner. So that at-bat just continued. Beatty singles for the Mets. The tying run is on deck for them. 2-1 to Teoscar. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was about a foot off the plate. And the count is 2-2. Lindor up for the Mets. Should we get to his pitch first? It's down in the count, 0-1 Lindor. The pitch, there's a swing and a miss. And Teoscar in the Dodgers game just took ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. Angels trying to get out of the inning. Here's the payoff pitch to Teoscar, and it's fouled off. Lindor just called for time in the Mets game. The 0-2 to Lindor, foul ball. The 3-2 to Teoscar, swing and a miss. And the inning is over. And the Dodgers, well, they get some runs and now lead it by 3 as they go to the bottom of the 4th inning. To finish off Lindor's at-bat, let's see what happens. No balls, 2 strikes to Francisco Lindor. Here's the 0-2. It's a breaking ball that's in the dirt for ball 1. Yankees and Twins are going to the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-2 is the count to Lindor, who's 2 for 3 on the evening. The 1-2 delivery, it's popped up right behind home plate. Where is it? Murphy says he has it, and he drops it. Sean Murphy really lost it in the lights, and he overran and could not hang on, and the at-bat will continue. Just like that. He lost it in the lights, overran it, could not hang on to the ball. And regardless, Lindor will live to see another day. That's a big mistake there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Lindor. And that should have been called strike 3. It hit the upper third of the zone. And it's a 2-2 count. And the at-bat still continues. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lindor. The pitch. Outside for ball 3. And so the count is now full. Showing the replay of that play by Murphy. Just could not grasp it. The 3-2 to Lindor. Swing and a foul ball towards the right side. Hopefully you guys are still rocking with us. A huge payoff pitch coming on up. It's been a long at-bat from Francisco Lindor. Payoff pitch. Down for ball 4, and the tying run again for the Mets is coming on up to the plate. More drama going on in Queens. Ohtani versus Trout. What a treat this is. But Juan Soto is coming up to the plate for the New York Mets, representing the tying run. This is big. One swing ties it. First pitch to Soto, strike 1 at the knees. It's 2-2 to Trout. Let's head there really quickly. The wind up end, the pitch to Trout, and a cold strike 3 at 101 on the gun. Wow. And Trout, all he does is look back at Ohtani. Says, yeah, you're pretty darn good. I remember having you as a teammate. No balls, 2 strikes to Juan Soto. He'll step out of the box. Oh, and 2 is the count to Juan Soto. The windup and the pitch. That's down and in for a ball. Is Larry still here? Did Larry leave? Or just grounded out for the Angels. 1-2 is the count to Juan Soto. And a huge pitch coming up. Here it comes. The pitch is inside and low for ball 2. Inning would have ended if Murphy would have caught that ball. And if the umpire would have called that strike 3. But that's how baseball goes. Another big pitch. Power versus power. No, I left. Oh, wait, I'm still here. The 2-2 to Soto. It's barely outside. Not by much. And the count is full. Volpe for the Yankees just got on with a double, and he's now at second. I'll go there after this. The 3-2 to Soto. Swing and another foul ball. Runners were going. It was a hit and run. And they got to go back to their bases. Three balls, 2 strikes to Juan Soto. Timeout taken in the Yankees game. Kinley with the payoff pitch. Up. never mind. He looked like he was going to throw to home plate and then just looked back at second. Big mistake there. We'll do it again. The 3-2, another foul ball. And the runners were going again. That hit the umpire's mask. He says that he's all right. McMahon is up for the Yankees. Again, they're in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. He just took ball 1. Another pitch to Juan Soto. And here it is. Swing and a miss. He struck out on a high fastball, got down on one knee, and the inning is over. Oof. And they are going to the top of the 6th out at Citi Field. And with that, let's go to the Bronx. It's 2-0 to Ryan McMahon, and he takes the pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Two and 1 is the count to McMahon. The 2-1 pitch is taken down and out for ball 3. We have an update out in Sacramento. Lawrence Butler just hit a solo shot to make it now a 6-1 game, and the A's are on the board. Okay. 3-1 pitch to McMahon, and that's in there for strike 2. Now, in the Angels game, there were 2 outs. Maconda struck out, and then on a drop strike 3 went over to first, stole second base, but Joe Adell grounded out to end the inning. The 3-2 to McMahon, ground ball towards the right side. This will get the runner from second over to third, and the out at first is recorded, and so there is out number 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And I believe that the Rocco Baldelli is going to go out there, and that's going to be it for his pitcher. All right. So the Angels and the Dodgers are in a break. Mets and Braves are in a break. And so are the Yankees and the Twins. Hopefully you're all doing well. So we got 4 games still going on. We did finish off the Mariners-Orioles game. It was a 3-1 game going into the top of the 9th. The Mariners tied it on a sac fly and an RBI ground out in reverse order, and then Gunnar Henderson had a walk-off RBI double for the Orioles to win it. So Lawrence Butler for the Athletics hit a home run, and he put them on the board. And Schumann is coming up. Get a chance to call the O's walk-off. We were the last team to finally get one this year. Yeah, and I botched the call, BW. I did. I botched it. The 0-1's fouled away. By the way, guys, make sure that you go subscribe to BW. He is great. Let's go back to the Braves-Mets game real quick. And then once the Yankees are back on, we'll go back there. 3 balls, 1 strike to Matt Olson. Braves were down 6-0, and they scored all 9 of their runs in the 4th. The 3-1 to Olson, and there's a big swing and a miss. Mets certainly have had their chances. Soto struck out with runners at first and second base to end the 5th inning. 3-2 pitch to Olson. That's a foul ball. Dodgers are back on. Pages is up at the plate. If it gets interesting, we'll go there. Yankees are now back on. Let's check up on them. Austin Wells is up, and there's a runner at third. This game's in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch is in there, or is actually taken outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's outside and low for ball 2. What's up, EW? Shout out to you. Two balls, no strikes to Austin Wells. Grisham waits in the on-deck circle, and the 2-0 is fouled away. And Olsen's at bat for the Braves. It's a 3-2 count to him. And he just walked. He's over at first base now. 2 balls, 1 strike to Austin Wells. And the 2-1 is outside for ball 3. That makes it a 3-1 count. Three-one pitch. Line drive, foul ball on what would have been ball 4. How's everybody's night going so far? Thunderbunk pitching for the Minnesota Twins. A huge pitch coming up to Austin Wells. The payoff pitch on the way. On the outside corner for a called strike 3, and the Yankees can't put up a run. And they are going to the 8th inning out at Yankee Stadium. Let's go check up on Marcell Ozuna. He hits a rocket. It's out to deep left field. It's gone. And Mets fans are stunned. It's 11-6 out at Citi Field. Man. An 11-0 run by the Braves. Marcell Ozuna just hit a 2-run shot. If you have him in fantasy baseball, that just happened. Wow. Ozuna absolutely crushed that thing out to Mars. And Ozzy Albies is now up at the plate. It's an 11-6 game out in New York, in Queens. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ozzy Albies, batting on the left side. 1-2 pitch, and that is inside and low for ball 2. Can you believe that it's now 11-6? That is unbelievable. 2-2 to Albies. It's grounded over towards first base. Alonso has it, takes it to the bag, and there's out number 1. Camilo Doval is going to go out there to pitch for the New York Yankees as they go to the top of the 8th inning. Dodgers are up 5-2 against the Angels. Braves are up 11-6 now in the top of the 6th against the Mets. Yankees are down 4-1 against the Twins. And the Rays lead at 6-1 against the Athletics. All right. 11 runs for the Braves, all unanswered. All right, so Duvall pitching for the New York Yankees. It's no balls, one strike. In the top of the 8th inning, the 0-1 pitch from Duvall, swing and a miss at 100 miles per hour on the cutter. Can't believe Ozuna did that. No balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2 ground ball hit sharply over to third base. And the throw over to first. Got him. There's out number 1. He went with the cutter twice in a row, and it reached triple digits. There's 1 away in the top of the 8th inning. And former Philly Cody Clemens, who had a 2-run double in the 6th inning, is coming up. So 1 away, top of the 8th. And the pitch to Cody, it's low for a ball. John's here. What's up, John? Must be a blowout week in the majors. I guess so. It's just one of those weeks. Angels are making a move. 1-0 from Duvall, and that's up high for ball 2. Another cutter at 100. I always liked Duvall. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That cutter was only at 99. What is up, Rising Rhino? Former Giant Duvall sure he feels like more confident with the Yanks. I know. Am I right? You're right. You were right about that. I should have said, are you right about that? Yeah. 2-1. That's down for ball 3. Rising Rhino. Woo! Drop that link down below, my friend. If you guys love the NFL, that's your channel. If you guys love football, that's your channel. It's Rising Rhino. 3-1 pitch. There's a called strike at the knees, and it's now a 3-2 count. Keeping you updated on 4 games going on. 2 of them had a late start because of rain. And those were both games out in New York. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Duvall gets a strikeout. And there is out number 2. So Clemens goes fishing after a slider. The Braves and Mets are back on. Dylan Lee is pitching in the bottom of the 6th inning. What's up, BW? What is up, everybody? I'm so happy that you guys are here. Go subscribe to BW. Go subscribe to Rising Rhino. You guys are the best. Bottom of the 8th inning, out at Yankee Stadium, and there's 2 outs. We'll go back to the Mets game in just a few moments. The 1-0 pitch to Jeffers, and that's a called strike. Duvall throws 98. Duvall's doing his thing. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 on the way, swing and a miss. And there is strike 2. Moosey's guarding the house. Alonso sends this one out to left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit for the Mets, and he'll get on with a single for New York. Here's the 1-2, though, from Duvall. That's low for ball 2. So Alonso did just single for the New York Mets. Time was just called. And Duvall just threw a slider that was low for ball 3. Mets have left a lot of base runners on. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Jeffers. And ball 4 is called on a pitch clock violation by Duvall. Wow. That's wild. Did they just go to a pitching change in New York? No, they just got out of the inning in the Mets game. Okay. Don't know what happened there. Matt Wallner is going to bat for the Yankees, or for the Twins, that is, in the Yankees game, and he just took the first pitch inside and low for a ball. It's tough to keep up with 4 games at once, but we have fun. 1-0 pitch, and there's a called strike on the outside edge. One ball, 1 strike to Matt Wallner. If you guys love fantasy baseball, this is the right thing for you guys. If you love baseball, period, if you love following baseball, and you want to know about all the highlights in real time, this is the right cast for you. It's basically the red zone for baseball. 1-1 pitch. Line drive, foul ball towards the right side by Matt Wallner. And so the count is 1-2. If you have Soderstrom, he's up at the plate for the Athletics. The count is 1-1 to him in the bottom of the 4th. But there are 2 outs. Time called by Wallner in the Twins-Yankees game. Soderstrom just took low for ball 2. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and a called strike 3 at the knees, and Duvall gets out of the inning. And so the Yankees will be coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll stick around and see how they do. They're down by 3, and they'll be back. And now let's go over to the Athletics game. The count is 3-2 to Tyler Soderstrom. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. The payoff pitch on the way. Strike 3 called to him as well. And the A's will go to the top of the 5th. The Rays lead at 6-1 against the Athletics. So just to recap, what's going on right now, JJ? The Dodgers lead at 5-2. Shohei Ohtani is pitching for the Dodgers, and he's actually back out there on the hill. We'll get to him in just a little bit. The Mets and the Braves, it was a 6-0 game. The Mets put up 6 runs, and then the Braves scored 9 runs in the 4th inning. And then Marcell Ozuna hit a 2-run shot in the top of the 6th to put them up 11-6. The Rays are up 6-1 against the Athletics. A lot of scoring there. And, of course, that's it. Those are all the 4 games on right now. So let's refresh this page. It's easy to follow along when you're just following and watching the scoreboard change. You know, I think we do a pretty good job at switching up the scoreboard so that it's easier to follow along. Rengifo just fouled off a pitch off of Shohei Ohtani. So we'll stick around to this Angels-Dodgers game until the Yankees come back on. Then we'll focus our attention on the Yankees because that's going to the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 to Rengifo, and he just struck out on a pitch that was low and outside, and Shohei Ohtani with 7 strikeouts on the game. All right, so for the Twins, they will have Justin Topa coming back out there. And he will pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. Grisham is up at the plate. The first pitch to Trent Grisham, and that's in there for strike 1. Give you updates on Ohapi's at-bats for the Angels. The 0-1 pitch to Grisham. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2 to Trent, who singled in the first. 21 homers for the cop, they call him. And 46 RBI. Sounds like Duvall got 2 to 3 strikeouts. No balls. 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball hit over towards the right side. Scooped up by the second baseman. The throw to first. Got him. 1 gone in the 8th inning out at Yankee Stadium. O'Hoppe just grounded a pitch out to center field off of Shohei Ohtani, and he's aboard with a 1-out single for the Angels. All rise for the Judge. Aaron Judge is up at the plate for the Yankees, and the first pitch is way inside, almost hit him. And nearly got him on the leg. Oof. That ball just slipped out of Topa's hand. It did not look intentional at all. 1-0 to Aaron Judge. And the pitch is on the inside edge for strike 1. Yanier Diaz just got a double for the Rays. The 1-1 the Judge. And he takes a fastball down the middle. All the way for strike 2. Shot that he took that pitch. Really shot that he took that. 1-2 is the count to Aaron Judge. The windup from Topa and the pitch. And Judge sends this one out towards center field. Not deep at all. Buxton's there. Catch is made. There's 2 gone in the 8th inning. And it's up to Cody Bellinger in the bottom of the 8th. Did have a solo shot, and he also walked. Lau for the Tampa Bay Rays almost went deep for the second time today. Just flied out to straightaway center field. No balls, 1 strike to Cody Bellinger. The 0-1 pitch, foul ball. And the count is 0-2. The Angels just made it interesting, and the tying run is coming up to the plate. Zach Neto is due up. O'Hoppe leads off at second base. The 0-2 to Bellinger, swing and a miss, and the inning is over out at Yankee Stadium. And they are going to the top of the 9th inning, 4-1 Minnesota. Let's go check up on Shohei Ohtani, who's in a little bit of a jam. The 1-0 pitch to Neto, and that's outside and low for ball 2. Let's catch you up over here. So the Angels just got 2 base runners on. O'Hoppe singled. Neto is up at the plate. And over at second base, you got Teodosio. 2-0 to Neto. Line drive, base hit out to left field. A run's going to score. It's Logan O'Hoppe. Teodoso is going to be rounding third. He's being waved home. The throw is cut off. It's a 1-run game out in Anaheim. Zach Neto comes through for the Angels. And the Angels all of a sudden have life. Dave Roberts is going to pull the plug with Ohtani. Jackpot. right, so that is going to be it for him. Let's go back to this Mets game. Cedric Mullins is up for the New York Mets. There's a runner on at first. And the pitch is outside for a ball. 11-6 out in Queens. Marte got on over at first base. It's 2-2 to Cedric. And Cedric takes high for ball 3. And so the count is now full at 3-2 to Mullins. If he gets on, this becomes a game again. Potentially. Twins just started off the 9th inning. 3-2 to Mullins. Swing and a miss. Out number 1 recorded in the bottom of the 7th inning. And to get him out there was big. We will stay here right now. Royce Lewis did just fly out over to right field. Stanton caught it. One out, Francisco Alvarez is coming up. It's a 1-0 count to Francisco. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Escort my wife wherever she goes. All right, Anthony Bonda is going to pitch for the Dodgers. The Angels just are back in business. A 2-run double by Zach Neto off of Shohei Ohtani. Bonda's going to pitch. And the pitch is inside, but it's called a strike. Keep you updated on the Mets if anything happens there. But this game is now close. And the Angels are looking to tie it up against the Dodgers. No balls, 1 strike to Nolan Shanuel. And the 0-1 is down in the way for ball 1. The Twins have Sands warming up to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning at a Yankee Stadium. Once they go to the bottom of the 9th, we'll go there too. 1-1 to Shanuel. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. Alvarez got out. And the Braves are going to make another move. So there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th over there. 2-1 to Shanuel. That's in there for strike 2 at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 4 games left tonight. There's just 4 games now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the 5th. A runner on at second with 1 out. Shanuel in the box. Can he tie the game here? That's the question. The 2-2, and that's way outside for ball 3. And the count is now full. Five pitches in this at-bat so far. The 3-2, it's outside and low, and that's going to put runners on at first and second for the Angels. More pressure on the Dodgers. And the Angels are providing it. And guess who's coming up to the plate for the Angels? He struck out twice against Ohtani, and he's looking for revenge right now. And he's up in a huge spot, and that is Mike Trout, if you have not guessed who it is. First pitch to Trout. It's called a strike on the outside edge. Mets are back on. That pitch was outside, barely, but it's called a strike. Here's the 0-1 to Trout. Fly ball, foul ball, and now to play it goes into the 3rd deck. So exciting, I fell asleep. Oh, 0-2 to Trout. The pitch, swing and a miss. And that's the third time tonight that Trout is struck out. Oh, boy. He just cannot catch up to the fastballs. He cannot do it. There's 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Mets just got out of the 7th inning, and they're going to the top of the 8th. Here comes Taylor Ward for the Angels, and the pitch is up high for a ball. So Trout just struck out with runners on at first and second base, and he has a hat trick of strikeouts tonight, including 2 against Ohtani. 1-0 pitch, down and in for ball 2. Twins and Yankees are still in the top of the 9th inning. Once they go to the bottom of the 9th, we'll go there next. 2-0 pitch, and that's down and in for ball 3. The Twins now have runners on at second and third in the top of the 9th on a double. And so there's 2 runners in scoring position for them. 3 balls, no strikes to Taylor Ward. He's looking to try to get on here. The 3-0 pitch to Ward. Inside for ball 4, and the Angels are 90 feet away from scoring, and they are knocking on the door. Wow. So, bases loaded for them. Caleb Ferguson's going to go out there. He's going to have a conversation with his pitcher. That's Mark Pryor, excuse me. All right. The Twins are up with the bases loaded in the top of the 9th inning. Let's go there now to see if they can try to add on a run. Okay. No balls, 1 strike. Heatrick is pitching for the Yankees. He's facing Kershaw. So we have 2 bases loaded Diamond Zone alerts. The 0-1 to Kershaw is down for a ball. One ball, 1 strike. Christian Moore for the Angels is coming up. First pitch to Moore for the Angels, foul ball. 2 big moments. It's 1-2 to Kershaw for the Twins, and 0-1 to Moore. The 1-2 to Kershaw was down for ball 2. The 0-1 to Moore, it's inside for ball 1. So back and forth we go. 2-2 to Kershaw, foul ball. The 1-1 to Moore. Fly ball, this one's hit out to right field. It's not deep enough. Teoscar's there, makes the catch. And the Angels cannot tie the game. The 2-2 to Kershaw, strike 3 called. And so the Twins and Yankees are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is a 4-1 game. And the Twins are looking to shut the door with, I guess, their new closer because Duran's not there anymore. And that's Sands. Another game that we have going on, that is the Athletics-Rays game. That just got interesting. There's runners on at first and second. Lawrence Butler did just strike out. The Athletics are currently up at the plate. And then the Braves, they have 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning against the New York Mets. Gio Urshela is up at the plate for the Athletics. Let's go check up on him. Son of a... Yeah, I know. Too bad. The pitch, there's a foul ball. Drew Rasmussen pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays. 0-1 is the count. 1 gone, bottom of the 5th. Athletics with 1 swing can get back into the game. 0-1, and that's outside for a ball. Urshela struck out in the 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gio Urshela. And the 1-1 line drive, base hit out to left field. This is going to get a run home. And it's now a 6-2 game out in Sacramento. And they're going to have the tying run on deck. So Thomas scores, and Gio Urshela, the former Yankee, comes through with an RBI single. And speaking of Yankees, here they come as they go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And we'll catch you up with the Athletics in a little bit. In case it gets interesting, we'll go back there. Bottom of the 9th out in the Bronx. And the first pitch to Stanton is in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Topa's pitching. The 0-1 is down for a ball. I believe Sands is still warming up. One ball, 1 strike to Giancarlo Stanton. And the 1-1 is inside for ball 2. Schumann is up for the Athletics. But it's 2 balls, 1 strike to Stanton. The 2-1 is in there for strike 2. Schumann just flied out to left field. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th out in Sacramento. Two to Giancarlo. Foul ball. Yankees down by 3. The Dodgers have Ohtani up. The pitch to Stanton, another foul ball. And he stays alive. Two balls, 2 strikes to Giancarlo Stanton. The 2-2 on the way, just outside for ball 3. The A's can't put up any more runs. They're going to the top of the 6th. Three-two to Stanton. Swing and a line drive base hit. And it goes out to left field. And Stanton gets on with a leadoff single to start off the bottom of the 9th. Alrighty. Ohtani is up to bat for the Angels. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. So the Yankees, they get their leadoff man aboard. That awkward Ohtani stare. I know, it's just so weird. Jason Dominguez will pinch run for Giancarlo Stanton. And Ben Rice is coming up to the plate. Rice takes strike 1 at the knees. Ohtani's count is 2-2. The ball is 1 strike, though, to Ben Rice. The 0-1 is outside for a ball. In Ohtani's at bat for the Dodgers, the count is 2-2 to Shohei. And the pitch to Shohei Ohtani, he grounds it foul and stays alive. Back to Rice's at bat for the Yankees. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. Shortstop has it. Takes it to the bag for one. Throws it over to first, and there's two. The Yankees are down to their final out and nobody on base. Ohtani just fouled off the next pitch. It's up to Jazz Chisholm Jr. for the Yankees. Here's the first pitch to Jazz. Strike one. In Ohtani's at-bat, they're going to throw it back over to first. No balls, one strike to Jazz Chisholm Jr. The 0-1 is outside for a ball. The 1-1 to Jazz, and he fouls it off. The 2-2 to Ohtani. Swing and a miss. And he is down on strikes. Yankees down to their final strike. Man. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jazz Chisholm Jr. The 1-2. Just inside for ball 2. I don't know how. That was just barely inside. Topa still pitching for the Twins, trying to close out the deal. The 2-2 the Jazz. Ground ball hit over to first base, and the ball game is over. And the Twins beat the Yankees by a score of 4-1 and avoid a sweep. So the Yankees lose, and the wild card race just got even more interesting for the Yankees. And with that, let's go over to Freddie Freeman's at-bat. Soto just struck out for the Mets. It's an 11-6 game there with a runner on at first. Freeman just grounded into a fielder's choice at short, and so the inning is over. They're going to the bottom of the 6th out in Anaheim. And with that, let's go over to the Mets game, because why not? It's the only one that's on right now. Yankees lose! The Yankees lose! No, I'm kidding. Ha-Seong Kim just got on with a double for the Rays. He's been a hitting machine. All right, so we're going to focus on Brandon Nimmo right now. 3 games left. 1 ball, no strikes to Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo versus Pierce Johnson. The 1-0 is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch to Nimmo. It's high for ball 3. The guy that's up for the Rays, his name is Peters. Not Jason Peters. It's no balls, 1 strike to him, though. It's Tristan Peters. 3-0 pitch to Nimmo. That's in there for a called strike. I was hoping you would do that, JJ. The Yankees lose. 3 balls, 1 strike to Nimmo. And the 3-1 is in there at the knees for a called strike. It's great. Come on. The payoff pitch to Nimmo. Swinging a ground ball hit over to shortstop. Allen has it, takes it to the bag for 1. The throw to first, there's 2. And the Mets and Braves are going to the 9th inning. Nimmo grounds into a 6-3 double play, and the 8th inning is over. Wow. That's pretty exciting for all the Phillies fans. All right, so the Dodgers are back on. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ohtani pitched, but he gave up 4 runs, including a big 2-run double by Zach Neto. Joe Adell is the tying run. The 1-0 pitch to Adell, and that is on the outside corner for a called strike. So we still got 3 games left. We got the Rays and A's. The 1-1 to Adell is fouled away. We got the Dodgers and the Angels. And then we got Braves and Mets that are going to the top of the 9th inning. Thank you. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Oh, man. That's funny. 1-2. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. Mookie Betts, the throw over to first. It's in time. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th out in Anaheim. So 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th inning. And this is where Diamondzone starts to slow up a little bit. Because we don't have 5 games going on now. And there's not as much drama. Except in this Angels-Dodgers game. The pitch. That's on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Foul ball. Don't forget, guys, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 to Rengifo, swing and a miss. And there is the 2nd out of the bottom of the 6th inning. So Rengifo strikes out. And there is 2 gone. Logan O'Hoppy's coming up. And he looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. Just at the knees. It's a quarter to midnight here on the East Coast. 0-1 on the way. Strike 2 right down the middle. Justin Robleski is pitching for the Dodgers. Big 0-2 pitch. Here it is. It's going to bounce in the dirt for a ball. Larry, did you laugh at the it is high, it is far, it is gone? 1 ball, 2 strikes to Logan O'Hoppy. And the pitch to O'Hoppy. It's a foul ball again. Now the Rays are looking to add on some more runs in the top of the 6th inning. They have 2 runners on. And the mound visit will be made over there. 1-2 pitch to O'Hoppy. Another foul ball. Braves already have 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 9th. Big 1-2 pitch to O'Hoppy. Here it is. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. It is high. It is far. It is a foul ball. The 2-2 pitch to O'Hoppy. There's a fly ball. This one's hit out to shallow right center field. And that's going to be caught by Pages for out number 3. And so we're going to the 7th inning out in Anaheim. Okay. Let's check up on the Tampa Bay Rays. They're trying to add on to their lead. It is a 6-2 game in the top of the 6th with 2 runners on and 2 outs. Lau is up at the plate, and he lines this one foul towards the lawn out in Sacramento. Rays have 6 runs on 8 hits. Bowden is pitching. Lau had a big 2-run shot earlier in the game. The Rays had a lot of offense. No balls, 2 strikes. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-2 is on the upper third of the zone for a called strike 3. Looked a little bit high to me, but Lau is down on strikes. They're going to the bottom of the 6th. So all 3 games that are left are in a break. The Mets and Braves are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 5-run game. Mets led it 6-0. And then in the top of the 4th, the Braves scored 9 of their 11 runs. They put up 9 runs in the 4th inning. And the Mets blew a 6-0 lead. The Dodgers were up 5-2. It's a 5-4 game over there as they go to the top of the 7th. And then the Rays lead it 6-2 against the Athletics. So we still have 3 games going on. And I guess we'll start off with the top of the 7th inning out in Anaheim. Reed Detmers is going to pitch for the Angels. A 4.56 ERA, 69 strikeouts, and 53 innings of work. That's pretty impressive. Not the 4.56 ERA, though. That's why you're not an MLB umpire, JJ. You understand the strike zone. Yep. I know. Will Smith will lead it off in the top of the 7th. Raisel Iglesias, even though it's a 5-run lead, he's going to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning out at Citi Field. Pete Alonso's coming up. All right, let's go to the Mets game. If anything happens in this Dodgers game, we'll let you know. That was a strike. It's called a ball to Will Smith. Alonso 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He also got hit by a pitch. First pitch to Alonso is down for a ball. And this game's in the bottom of the 9th. One ball, no strikes to Pete Alonso. And the 1-0 is taken inside for ball 2. The 2-0 to Pete. And he pops this one up. It's a foul ball. And it goes out of play. Pete also made a big mistake when he was aggressive, a little too aggressive, and tried to score on an RBI double or an RBI single from second base. And he was out at the plate by a mile to end what was the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 is in there for strike 2. The 2-2 to Alonso. Ground ball past the dive of Allen, and Pete Alonso with a 3-hit ball game for the Mets. By the way, Will Smith for the Dodgers did just get on with a leadoff walk. Teoscar Hernandez is up for the Dodgers in that game, and he just looked at strike 1. So Alonso gets the offense started in the bottom of the 9th. And Jeff McNeil's coming up. He'll be facing Raisel Iglesias. The pitch to McNeil. This one's flied out towards center field. Harris is there and makes the grab. 1 gone in the bottom of the 9th. Okay. Now bring up Starling Marte. In the Athletics game, they just went down in order 1, 2, 3, and now they're heading to the top of the 7th inning. They trail by 4 runs. Pitch to Marte, it's down for a ball. I know, it's crazy. I kind of want to see the end of that game to see if the Angels come back again. That game last night was wild between the Angels and the Dodgers. We'll talk about that in a little bit. 1-1 to Marte, swing and a miss. And so it's 1-2. Ohtani gave the Dodgers the lead in the ninth inning, and then the Angels tied it up in the bottom of the ninth, and then they walked it off in extra innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2. Starling Marte in the Mets game. The pitch to Marte, foul ball. Teoscar also dealing with a 2 ball, 2 strike count for the Dodgers. 2-2 in both counts. Iglesias with the pitch. Ground ball, hit over towards the mound. The throw to second, there's one. The throw to first, not in time, and the game continues. But there's out number 2. Teoscar just fouled off the next pitch, and so the count still remains at 2-2. Actually, sorry, called for time. It's all up to the final batter of the Mets. The 2-2 to Teoscar, strike 3 called, and he goes down looking. And so there's 1 out in the 7th inning out in L.A. Cedric Mullins is up. First pitch, popped up, hit out to left field. The left fielder's there, makes the grab. The ball game is over. The Braves were down 6-0, and they come back and win 11-6. They put up 9 runs in the 4th, and against all odds, they come back and beat the Mets. What a game. That was wild. The game was in an hour, 50-minute rain delay. It started at 8:45, and it finally ended. Pages sends this one out to deep right center field, and that ball is caught. Oh, baby, what a catch out in center field by the center fielder for the Angels. Andy Pages just got robbed on a potential double out over to right center field, and he cannot believe it. Tedoso just went out towards that wall. That actually could have been a home run. He reached up, he brought it back in, and made an incredible catch. A game saver, if you will. And Pages is stunned. And so there's out number 2 in the 7th inning. Andy Pages with a big fly out to right center field on just a ridiculous catch. And now Alex Call is up at the plate, and the pitch is taken for a strike. So the center fielder for the Angels, that's Bryce Teodosio, just made the catch of his life. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. And that is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joy, I get to watch the Mets podcasters and the Yankees ones. Don't forget about them. I enjoy watching them too. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 is high for ball 2. So we got 2 games remaining. This Dodgers-Angels game is still close. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the 2-1 is inside for ball 3. Teodosio just robbed Andy Pages on a home run. He reached up over towards right center field. He jumped up, he caught it, and brought it back in, and made a Spider-Man catch. 3-1 pitch. And that's a foul ball. He's 26 years old, only has 1 RBI on the season. And this is a guy who actually has gone 3 for 7 in this series against the Dodgers. He's been great. He was just called up about a week ago. And that's one of the reasons why. 3-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over to shortstop. Going to be a tough play for Neto. He gets it up. He throws it over to first, and call is just out. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th out in Anaheim. All right, so the 2 games that we have left are Dodgers and Angels. That's going to the bottom of the 7th inning. And the other game is Rays and Athletics. That's also going to the bottom of the 7th as well. If we take a look at the standings very, very quickly, okay, so right now, when we take a look at things, the Tampa Bay Rays, well, they're 5 games under 500 right now. They don't really have much to play for. They're actually 6 games in back of the Yankees for that final wild card spot. The Athletics, on the other hand, are 10.5 for that final card, or that final wild card spot. That's going to be a big mountain for them. But the Rays, if they lose this one, this really puts them into deep, deep trouble. They are in trouble, but it certainly does not help their case. Now, the Angels, on the other hand, they're 5.5 games behind the Yankees, and they also are looking for a win against the Dodgers. That could help them out. The Dodgers, when we take a look at them as they take on the Angels, if the Dodgers lose, then they'll be 1 game behind the San Diego Padres, and guess who they play tomorrow? The Padres, for a 4-game series. It's crazy. Bottom of the 7th, Thomas is up for the Athletics, and he just flied out to left field, and there's 1 away. Once the Angels are back on, we'll go back over there as they go to the bottom of the 7th. So it's the final 2 games. Teodosio will be leading it off for the Angels. And let's go there now. Now it's starting to become more like traditional play-by-play, almost. Teodosio swings and misses at the fastball. That's at 96 miles per hour. The count is 0-1. It's just back and forth between these 2 West Coast games. 0-1, ground ball off the glove of the third baseman. It bounces off his glove. Teodosio's thinking 2. He's going to get an infield double. What the heck happened? He tried to backhand it over at third base. It bounced off his glove. The shortstop, Miguel Rojas, had to go get it and chase after it. And Bryce Teodosio just able to get on with an infield double. That's crazy. Freeland over at third base just could not field it properly. I don't know if they're going to call that an E5. I would assume that they will, but he's over at second base nonetheless. And he dove on in there head first. Here's Zach Neto, who had a 2-run double his last time up for the Angels. And so he's up. The count is 1-0 to Zach. They call it a double for now. So 1-0 to Neto, swing and a miss on a pitch that was in the dirt. One ball, 1 strike to Zach Neto. And he will call for time. The Athletics already have 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. They're not even putting up a fight. Butler just guessed at a pitch. And the count is 1-1 to him. They ruled it as a double. I cannot wait for Sunday for Diamond Zone. We got the Mets game at night. And after the Phillies game is done, it's Diamond Zone, Diamond Zone, Diamond Zone. They play at 11:35 against the Nationals. And then from about 3:30 till 10 o'clock, we're doing Diamond Zone. great. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Neto. The toss back over to second, and Rojas wasn't even covering the bag, and he caught it. Wow. That was a bullet that was dodged. Rojas was like, you got to be kidding me, man. It's like, you're lucky I caught that. 1-2 pitch. It's fouled off. And Teodosio has to go back over to second base. He was running over to third. Didn't even see that he was stealing. Good camera work. The A's are going to the 8th inning now. Again, it's 6-2 Tampa Bay. One ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th. Nobody out. The 1-2 to Neto, and he pops it up. It's hit out towards right center field. Pages calls off Teoscar. He'll make the catch. It won't be deep enough for Teodosio to go on over to third. Oh, Rojas had that question mark look. He was like, he had that. Guys, remember that Bryce look, like where Trey Turner made a bad throw over to first and Harper just shook his head and like had his eyes widen? That was sort of like what Miguel Rojas did. That was like that's a nice way to put it for WTF. Here comes Nolan Shanuel. The pitch to Nolan. Foul ball on what would have been ball 1. Mets and Mariners played this weekend. I thought you were signing off. It's good to see you, though, my friend. Mets and Mariners do play this weekend. We'll be covering that Sunday night game. 0-1 pitch. It's in there. It's inside for a ball. Throw over to third base. And he is out. Bryce was off the bag. He got his hand in there originally. And they said that he was off the bag. And the Angels say hold up and they're going to challenge. Oh, man. This is a big call here. His hand got in there. He avoided the swipe. And the question is, did his leg get on the bag? And did his right hand get in there? Because as his left hand, he was diving headfirst with his left hand. He avoided the tag originally. And then he put his right hand on the bag. But by the time his left hand came up, the tag was still on him. So did he get his right hand on the bag? Is the question. Right when his left hand was about ready to pop up. I think he's safe. We'll see. It's close. Thought maybe originally he was safe. Did they make the call yet? No, they did not. So he is out over at third base, and that is a rally killer for the Angels. His hand came up, and when his hand was up, his right hand did not get on the bag. That's what they're saying. Jeez. 2 games left, and a huge rally killer for the Angels. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nolan Shanuel, and the pitch is outside for a ball. Two balls, 1 strike. The 2-1, it's grounded over to third base. The throw over to first is in time. We're going to the 8th inning out in Anaheim. And so, it's a 5-4 game. The Rays have not forgotten about them. They now have runners on over at first and third in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out. Ha-Seong Kim again just continues to hit the ball well. And he is now over at first base. How many hits does he have? I feel like he has to have 3 hits in this game. How many hits does Kim have? They just say, they say 2. He got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Then he doubled, he flied out, and he just singled. Pereira's up, and he takes the first pitch down. They tried to appeal. He did not go. So Angels and Dodgers are going to the top of the 8th inning. It's still close there. Everson Pereira is up at the plate for the Rays. Just past midnight, 10 minutes ago. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's in there for a strike. In case you are just tuning on in, we had some very exciting baseball. The Yankees lost to the Twins by a score of 4-1. There were 3 games that were delayed. The other one was the Mariners and Orioles. It was a 3-1 game going to the top of the 9th. The Baltimore Orioles had the lead, and then they blew it. The Mariners tied it, and Gunnar Henderson walked it off with an RBI double. The Mets had a 6-0 lead going into the top of the 4th, and the Braves put up 9 runs in the 4th inning, and then Marcell Ozuna hit a 2-run shot in the top of the 6th to make it 11-6, and that was the final score. Michael Harris had a grand slam, and the Mets just absolutely unfolded. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 8th inning. 1 out. And the 2-2 is outside for ball 3. Sean Newcomb can't find the zone on the last couple of pitches. Burke is pitching for the Angels. And the first pitch is taken for a ball. Big pitch coming up for Newcomb, and the 3-2 is in there for a called strike 3, and there is out number 2. Alex Freeland, who made that mistake over at third base, is up, and the 2-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. Then he redeemed himself by keeping the tag on Teodosio on a beautiful throw by Will Smith. The 2-1, there's a swing and a miss to Freeland. Cody Simpson is up for the Tampa Bay Rays. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. That's Chandler Simpson. Did I say Cody? Chandler. 2-2, it's outside for ball 3. Rays now have 2 runners in scoring position on a stolen base by Ha-Seong Kim. The 3-2 to Freeland. Swing and a miss. 1 gone in the 8th. Let's go. And the next man up is Miguel Rojas. But before that, we'll see the 1-2 pitch out here in Sacramento. Here it comes. Swinging a line drive hit out to left field. It's caught by the left fielder for out number 3. And so the Athletics are still in business as they go to the bottom of the 8th inning, down by 4. They still keep it somewhat close. Rojas up for the Dodgers, and the 0-1 is outside for a ball. Just 2 games left to finish out the baseball day. 1-1 from Burke. It's down for ball 2. And Larry, you're able to follow along, correct? I think I've asked this before, but I just like knowing if people are able to keep up with it all and if it makes sense. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball hit over to Neto, the counterpart of Rojas. He spins, he turns, he fires over to first, and there's out number 2 in the 8th. So 2 away there. Neto actually made that play look really easy. That was not as easy as it looked. That thing was going into the hole, right up the middle. He got his glove down, Didn't have to dive for it, but had to still react pretty quickly. And as he was spinning and did a 180 turn, if you will, or a 360, had to throw it over to first, and he got it in the air. It was a strike. Ohtani is up, and the first pitch is taken for a ball. Don't even tick yourself off unless you want to put yourself through it. 1-0. There's a foul ball by Ohtani, who tripled, walked, scored a run. He also pitched tonight for the Dodgers, too. 1-1 is the count. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch to Shohei is down for ball 2. Ohtani went 4 1/3. He struck out 7 batters and then started to leak oil and gave up 4 earned runs on 5 hits. 2-1, fouled away. Thank you so much, Dr. Delay. Thanks for stopping on by. Two and two to Shohei. The pitch. It's on the outside corner, and it looked a little bit off the plate, but strike 3 is called anyways, and Ohtani says, "You gotta be kidding me." And so that is the 3rd out of the 8th inning. Another bad call by the home plate umpire out in Anaheim. With that, Gio Urshela is up as the Athletics are in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 1-2. Griffin Jax pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays. And the 1-2 pitch, there's a swing and a miss, and 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning out in Sacramento. Cha-ching. They'll bring up Max Schumann to the plate. Schumann 0 for 2 with a pair of lineouts. 1 away, and the pitch is outside for a ball at 95 miles per hour. One ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 pitch. That is in there for strike 1. All right, sounds good. I agree, Dilated Entertainment. I agree with that. The 1-1 pitch. It's up high for ball 2. And that makes the count now 2-1. Nick Fortes is now catching. Pereira is out in center field for the Tampa Bay Rays. 2-1 to Schumann. Foul ball. Once the Angels are back on, that's where we're going to go. It's a 1-run game there. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icons too. If you guys like our coverage, well, that's what we do. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the Athletics down to their final 4 outs. And with that, the bottom of the 8th is coming up out in Anaheim. Here's Mike Trout up at the plate. The count is 1-0 to him. The 1-0 pitch to Mike. It's up high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes to Mike Trout. The pitch, swing and a miss. Man, he is so late on the fastballs. His timing is so off. 2-1 on the way. That's high for ball 3. Might as well keep throwing him fastballs if he's not going to catch up to it. Test him a little bit. 3 balls, 1 strike to Trout. The 3-1 pitch. High and inside for ball 4. That's going to put the tying run over at first base. Okay. Taylor Ward, who hit a home run today. That was his 29th of the season. Also drove in his 90th RBI. He is up. Let's go really quickly to the 2-2 pitch to Cortez. Here it is. Check swing. Did he go? He did. And they're going to the 9th inning out in Sacramento. Okay. Back to Dodgers, Angels. Nah, I can't. I can't, Dr. Delay. 1 ball, no strikes to Taylor Ward. And here's the 1-0. It's high for ball 2. Robleski is still pitching. And so Will Smith is going to go calm him down. So timeout is called on the mound. This is the first time that we've had a timeout, and we haven't been able to go to another game. Saw Ketel Marte hit another go-ahead homer in the 9th inning against the Rangers. That was cool. 2-0, and that's inside for ball 3 to Taylor Ward. They were down 5-2. Neto had a 2-run double to make it 5-4. Ward called for time. Robleski didn't even realize that he called for time and was ready to throw the pitch, and the umpire was shouting, "Stop, stop, stop." The 3-0 pitch to Ward. It's on the outside edge for strike 1. Do I think the Phillies are going to try to steal your guy, Paul? Paul who? Oh, Paul Skeens? I don't think so. 3-1 pitch, and that's a fastball right down Broadway for strike 2. It was a 3-0 count to Ward. The count's now full. And the pitch of the ball game coming on up. The payoff pitch to Ward. Inside for ball 4. Two walks allowed by Robleski. And Dave Roberts stays put in the dugouts. But here he comes. Up the stairwell, and that's going to be it for Robleski. So a move to the bullpen will be made. Good night, chat. Let's go. Dodgers will make a move as Christian Moore comes on up. And with that, let's go back to Sacramento. Rays lead at 6-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Brandon Lau is down on strikes. Alvarado gets the first out of the inning for Sacramento. Okay. So the guy that's pitching for the Athletics, his name is Elvis Alvarado. 3.04 ERA for him on the season. And he fires at 101 just like that on the inside corner, but it's called ball 1. Yanier Diaz is up at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit out to right field. And Kurtz plays it on a hop. And Diaz gets on with a 1-out single. I hear you. I hear you, Doug. I just don't know if the Phillies are going to go there. Because they're going to have to... The Pirates are going to want a haul back for Paul Skeens. Here's Josh Lowe up at the plate. And he takes ball 1 just below the zone. Edgardo Henriquez is going to pitch for the LA Dodgers and will face Christian Moore in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody out. 2 on. He'll show bunt. And the pitch is bunted over towards the mound. Throw over to third base. He is just out. Mike Trout, that is. And Trout staying over at third. I think that they're going to say, hold up a second. Will they challenge? Nope. They will not challenge. He was just barely out. And there's one away. That certainly did not work. Freeman did an excellent job firing it over to third base. And Betts, who had to go cover third base, made an excellent play. An excellent play. He dove, he kept his foot on the bag, and Trout was just barely out at third base. It's pretty wild. Rays just grounded into a 6-4 fielder's choice. Caminero is up. Just to keep you updated there. Here's Joe Adell. And the pitch is taken down for a ball at 101 on the gun. A base hit ties the game, potentially. Adell in the box. Edgardo kicks and fires. The pitch is grounded off the glove of the pitcher. Out over towards the right side. It's a base hit. An infield single. And the bases are loaded as Ward stops over at third base. A hot shot hit off of Edgardo's glove. And so it bounced off his glove. It went towards the right side. Nobody could get there. It didn't kick too far away, though, as the second baseman Rojas went to go chase after that ball, and he just saved a run potentially. Caminero sends this one out to deep left field for the Rays, and that ball is gone. Tampa Bay up 8-2 now in the top of the 9th inning, so just to keep you updated there, Caminero with another home run on the season. Base is loaded for the Angels, and the first pitch is swung on and missed to Luis Rengifo. So if you have Junior Caminero, he just hit a home run. That was a 2-run shot. Base is juiced, bottom of the 8th, 1 out, and the 0-1 is swung on and fouled. Junior Caminero with a 2-run shot, 3 RBI. He now has 34 homers on the season. And the A's are going to the bottom of the 9th inning, down to their final 3 outs. No balls, 2 strikes to Luis Rengifo. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside. And just barely almost hit the jersey. It was about a whisker away from doing so. Rengifo was off balance. He almost tripped as he slipped out of the box. Charge! 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rengifo. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Man. Rengifo could not catch up to the fastball on the inside corner. And he goes back to the dugout, shaking his head. Man. Logan O'Hoppy's coming on up to the plate. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. Base is loaded. The pitch to O'Hoppy. It's going to bounce in the dirt at 103 on the gun. That was a great pick by Will Smith. I got to tell you, he's made some great plays behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch on the way, foul ball. He is throwing the heat, Henriquez. 1 ball, 1 strike to Logan O'Hoppe. The 1-1 pitch, high for ball 2. Again at 103 on the gun. Two balls, 1 strike to Logan O'Hoppe. Here's the pitch. It's a foul ball off the foot of Logan at 101 that time. Actually hit off of the kneecap of Will Smith first. O'Hoppe at the plate. Henriquez on the mound. Bases loaded. 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch to Logan. Line drive. Base hit out the center field. The Angels will take the lead. The runner's being waved home. The throw's not in time. 6-5 Angels. 6-5 LA. Logan O'Hoppe got a fastball down the middle and just gave the Angels the lead. Woof! That was at 103 on the gun. Are you kidding me? Bryce Teodosio is coming up to the plate, and the pitch is swung on and missed. And so, the former Dodger, Kenley Jansen, is going to be warming up in the pen right now. The pitch to Bryce, swing and a miss. Oh, happy day. I like that. Oh, happy is oh happy. That's funny. No balls. 2 strikes to Bryce Teodosio. The 0-2 pitch, foul ball. Englert's pitching the bottom of the 9th inning for the Rays, and Shea Langeliers just struck out, so there's 1 away out in Sacramento. No balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Teodosio, who made an incredible catch out in right center field to rob Andy Pages on a big home run. What would have been a big homer. 0-2 is taken up high for a ball to Bryce. Angels trying to stay involved in this wild card race. And the Dodgers trying to get back the NOS. The pitch, ground ball hit over to third base. The throw over to first is in time by Freeland. And we are going to the top of the 9th inning out in Anaheim. Kenley Jansen will have to face Betts, Freeman, and Smith. The meat of the order for the Dodgers. In the meantime, let's go back to Sacramento. The count is 0-2. And a pitch clock violation was called on Englert. Brian A. says, Braves fan here. Do we pull for L.A. or L.A.? I think L.A. is probably the better way to go. A pitch clock violation or a batter's violation was just called on Brent Rooker, and he is down on strikes. And so there is out number 2. Rooker can't believe it, and he's like, we're down by 6 anyways. So why not even argue? And it's all up to Tyler Soderstrom for the Athletics. First pitch to Tyler, ground ball, base hit out to right field. And the game continues in Sacramento. Brian, I think we're going for LA. He stepped into the box. It's weird. He did, he stepped on in. He's still chirping. Still chirping in the dugouts. Thomas is coming up. It's all up to him for the Athletics. First pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Soderstrom swipes second base on the defensive indifference. And so no balls, one strike. It's LAA, fool. No balls, one strike to Thomas. The 0-1, swing and a miss. He went around. Athletics down to their final strike. One more strike to go in Sacramento. And the Dodgers ready to come back on. We're going to go there after this pitch. No balls, two strikes. Jansen's coming on in the pitch for the Angels. He's only blown one save. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a foul ball. And Thomas, his at-bat will continue. We start off the top of the ninth here. Betts just swung on and missed at a fastball. The count is 0-1. No balls, one strike to Mookie Betts. The windup and the pitch. And that is called a ball. That was at the knees. He's been having a bad game all night long. One ball, one strike. The pitch to Betts. Swinging a fly ball. This one's hit out to deep left field. It's going back towards the track, but it will be caught on the track for out number one. Oh, he carried that thing, but it just stayed in the yard. Betts just missed a home run, and he knew it. So out number one made. Jansen takes a quick breath. By the way, it's still 0-2 to Thomas. Now it's a 1-2 count. So here's Freddie Freeman up at the plate for the Dodgers. First pitch to Freddie. Ground ball hit sharply over to first base. Shanuel has it. There's out number two. All righty, let's go right now. So Freddie Freeman just grounded out, and the Dodgers are down to their final outs. Thomas strikes out, and the Athletics lose by a final score of 8-2. So the Rays win. And so the final game, Dodgers, Angels, and Will Smith is up. And the pitch, it's taken up high for a ball. So Tampa Bay wins against the Athletics. So we got a final score update there. 1 ball, no strikes to Will Smith. The pitch on the way. This one's popped up over towards the first base side. Shanuel, does he have room? He does not. Oh, he just ran out of room. The Dodgers players were over towards that first base dugout, and he just could not reach over the rail. Some of the Dodgers players had to sort of make their way for him. It's kind of weird how they have the rail that far up. Just because of that. 1 ball, 1 strike to Will Smith. Jansen kicks, fires, and it's up high for ball 2. So we can shut this down. Now it's just the TV. 2 balls, 1 strike to Will Smith. Jansen kicks and deals, and that pitch, that was a strike. Come on, ump. What are we talking about? That is such an egregious call. That was even above the line. 3 balls, 1 strike to Will Smith. The 3-1 pitch is popped up right behind home plate, and it gets out of play, and the Dodgers are down to their final strike, just like that. Alrighty. That was one of the most egregious calls I've seen in a bit of time. Jansen trying to close the deal. The 3-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out to center field. On the run is Bryce. He'll make the catch and the ball game is over. The Angels complete the comeback. After being down 5-2, they win by a score of 6-5. And the difference of the game, Logan O'Hoppy's 2-run base hit in the bottom of the 8th inning is what does it. Woo! Let's go. Crazy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What a day for baseball. Let's recap really quickly what ended up happening on this day in baseball, and then we're going to sign off. We'll also look at the standings really quickly just to keep you all up to date. The Brewers, they out-slaughtered the Pirates today. They outplayed them, and they won 12-5. And the Brewers just continued to cruise along. They play really, really strong baseball again. The Nationals, they won 8-7 against the Kansas City Royals. They ended up winning by 1 run. It got dicey at the end, but the Nationals were able to hang on. Now, the Rockies, they won 6-5 today. And how about this? They actually were able to take 2 out of 3 against the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, that was an awesome game, too, for sure. On the other side, the Rangers had a 4-2 lead with 2 outs and nobody on in the 9th inning. And the Diamondbacks came back and won by a score of 6-4. So there were a lot of comebacks today. That was one of them. We got to see that. That was really, really cool. The Padres, they slaughtered the Giants. 11-1 was the score there. The Reds blew out the Phillies and shut them out 8-0. The Orioles, well, they were up 3-1. The Seattle Mariners tied it in the 9th off of a Yenier Cano. And then Gunnar Henderson had a walk-off RBI double with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. And they won 4-3. The Marlins put up 13 runs against the Guardians. Jose Ramirez had 2 homers yesterday, and the Marlins were able to come back and show their prowess with their offense, and they put up 13 runs. The Minnesota Twins, they were able to beat the Yankees by a score of 4-1. The game was in a rain delay. It got started at 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time. The Orioles game also got started at 8:15. But the Cubs, they beat the Blue Jays by a final score of 4-1 out in Toronto. The Astros, they outplayed the Red Sox 4-1. Brian, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. And then this game really took the cake. I mean, the Mets were up 6-0. And the Braves put up 9 runs in the 4th inning. Oh, Jackson Holiday. Thank you. Yes, Jackson Holiday. You're right. I appreciate that. I forgot about that. I stand corrected. So the Mets were down. The Mets were up 6-0, and then the Braves just poured their hearts and souls out against that Mets team, and they came back. They scored 9 runs in the 4th, and they won 11-6. The Dodgers played against the Angels. They were up 5-2. And then Zach Neto had a big 2-run base hit in the bottom of the 6th inning against Shohei Ohtani. And Logan O'Hoppy with a big 2-run single on a 103-mile-per-hour pitch down the middle gave the Angels the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. They won 6-5. And last but not least, the Tampa Bay Rays, they won 8-2. against the Athletics. And so that's how the day of baseball ends. But before we do go, we are going to take a look at the standings right now. So excuse me, let's do that really quickly. Okay. So let's pull up the standings right now. Don't have them up just yet. But as we take a look at the NL East, this is what the division looks like right now. 1 second. 1 second. Hold up. I thought I had this up and running, but I guess not. I guess I did not have it up. So this is what the division looks like right now between the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and the Yankees. So the Blue Jays are 4.5 games above the Boston Red Sox in the AL East. They are also 6 games above the Yankees. Yankees are 1.5 games behind the Boston Red Sox. And, in the AL Central, as we take a look at this, the Tigers, they're up 6.5 games against the Cleveland Guardians and 9.5 in front of the Kansas City Royals. And then the AL West, the Astros won and the Mariners ended up losing. So they're now 1 game behind the Houston Astros for the AL West. The Rangers, they've lost 2 in a row. And, well, they've been losing some ground. The Angels are 2 games behind Texas for that third spot in the AL West. In the NL East, okay, we got the Phillies winning their division, and they are up 5 games against the New York Mets. The Mets did lose today, as we mentioned before. Phillies are also 11 games above the Miami Marlins as well. So that's the standings in the NL East. In the NL Central, the Brewers are starting to run away with it. They're up 7.5 games against the Chicago Cubs. It's been a very wild run for the Milwaukee Brewers. 12 wins in a row. And they're playing out of their minds. And then in the NL West, they did not update just yet, but the Dodgers are now 1 game behind the San Diego Padres in the NL West division. The Diamondbacks are 10 games, and the Giants are 10 games behind the Padres, and 9 games in back of the Dodgers in the NL West as well. And finally, we'll take a look at the wild card standings. We'll do that really quickly, too. So right now, Seattle's in first. They have the first wild card spot in the American League. The Red Sox have that second wild card spot. And the Yankees are 1.5 games behind Boston, 3 games in back of Seattle. And the Yankees are only 1 game above the Cleveland Guardians in that AL wildcard standings for third place. They also have the Texas Rangers 3.5 games in back of them. The Royals are 4 games behind. The Angels just gained some ground, and they're now 5 games behind the Yankees, and that's pretty much how it's going in the American League for the wild card. In the National League, on the other side of things, the Cubs have the first wild card spot. They are now 1.5 games, I should say, above the LA Dodgers. So that's for the second wild card spot. The Dodgers have the second wild card. And the Mets, well, they are 64-56. And they are 1 game above the Cincinnati Reds for that third and final wild card spot. Cardinals are not too far behind. They're 4 games in back of the Mets. And the Diamondbacks and the Giants are 5.5. The Marlins are 6. So the Marlins could actually heat up too. Giants have been on a losing streak. They've sort of gotten cold. But yeah, those are all the races in the National League and the American League for the playoffs. All right, that is going to wrap it up for me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this other edition of MLB Diamondzone. I think that we had a lot of fun tonight. And that is going to wrap it up for us. I forgot to change my background here. I apologize about that. But yeah, Lila Tov, everybody. Have yourselves a great rest of your night. Another great day for Major League Baseball. This is, as much as I love the NFL, as much as I love the other sports, I got to tell you, baseball at this time of the year, when it really starts to heat up, this is incredible. It really is. It is such a great sport. And I personally believe, and this might be me being a little bit biased, but I think that we're having one of the best baseball seasons in a very long time. I really do believe that. There's a lot of tight races. This wild card race has certainly gotten really interesting. The Dodgers, all the storylines, the Yankees falling apart, the Mets falling apart, other teams catching fire, the Brewers are on fire, the Phillies in the National League East. I mean, there's just so many really cool storylines. But yeah, we'll have our next edition of Diamond Zone on Sunday. We'll be on after the Phillies game is done. But yeah, overall, it's been a great baseball season. Maybe not for Braves fans, just like Brian said, but and maybe not for O's fans either. But for the league as a whole, it's been wild. It's been really crazy. Lila Tov, everybody. Hopefully you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. And I will catch you all tomorrow for Phillies and Nationals. Goodbye.